What's up, everybody? I'm Kelly, and there's Maxwell there behind me. Today's practice is an awesome feel-good practice, and we'll bring our attention to strengthening the core, stretching the quads, stretching the hips. Remember this class. It's E250. Easy to remember. Come back to it anytime. You need to have a nice feel-good flow with extra attention to core strength. The other fun thing is we're going to learn lion's breath in the beginning. Lion's breath is one of those poses that I always have resisted, and I'm going to embrace it today with you. So, lighten up, get comfortable, and come to your mat, and we'll begin. Let's begin seated on your mat. Get comfortable, rock a little side to side, and let's just begin before we start lion's breath. Inhale and reach the arms up and put your palms together overhead, just making a light touch connection with yourself, and then exhale down. So right here, you make the ha sound. Inhale, do that again. Inhale, reach. And then exhale this time, same thing, but give your body a twist. Put your hand on the outside of your leg. We'll start warming up the spine, the shoulders, the chest, and back right here. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Fingertips go behind. Inhale, reach. This time, let's lean to the side, stretch the side body, reach the arm over the ear as you exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, the other side. And then reach up. And then bring the arms to your sides. Come into a seated position on your shins. If you cannot bend your knees like that, sit up on a blanket, please. And I want you to really sit back so you're on your sitting mode. You feel the heels right there underneath you, and you've got your big toes to touch, and the thighs are together. And spread your fingers and press your hands down your thighs. But you're kind of pressing so you feel your shoulder blades engage. Relax the shoulders. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears, and then roll them back. And pause for a moment. So lion's breath. You'll open your mouth, and just like we were engaging in our breath work earlier, you'll do the same thing with the ha sound. Get a little silly with this and have fun. First, you extend the tongue out of your mouth, and the tongue tip points down. And at the same time, your gaze goes up. And the main thing is to relax the shoulders. Inhale through your nose, a big breath, press your hands down to the thighs, relax the shoulders. Open your mouth, open your eyes, tongue goes out, and look up. Let's do that again. So practice again. Eyes are open, press the hands down, looking up, tongue comes out, and exhale. Looking forward, inhale. Open your mouth, look up, and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Look up, open your mouth, tongue out. Again, 1 more time. Excellent job. And now a little variation is to separate your knees. And this is good for the wrists, by the way. You'll turn your palms forward and then turn your fingers down. Bring your hands, scoop them down right between the knees right there. And you're kind of tilting the pelvis right there. So getting into that lion's pose. Press the hands down, press the fingers down. And again, let's do this. Let's do 3 in this position. All right, so get a little silly. Don't take it all too seriously. In life, we can take things way too seriously, right? So through the holidays, it's a nice practice to do anytime. So inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, look up. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, look up. Inhale. One more time. And then bring the knees together, and I'm going to turn to the side, tuck your toes under. Let's move the feet into position opposite of where you were sitting. Sit back on your heels, get a stretch at the toe joint right there, and walk your hands forward into child's pose and tap your forehead to the ground. Right there, press your hands down, fingers down into the floor. Take a breath in, and then exhale, one more breath. Now slide your hands in, cat, and then cow. Cat, and then cow. So there's a sequence or a pattern in the class today. Patterns are good. Our brains like to have a pattern to follow. And then it may help you be a little more engaged in this practice, this easy, feel-good practice with core strengthening around your back and then lower down. Now, I want you to look at, flatten your spine first of all, and then look over to the right ankle, and then center, and then look over to the other side, and then center. Look over to the left or the right, and then to the left. And now a variation of this table position, walk your hands over to the side and press that hip out right there. So get a good stretch in the side body. Inhale and then exhale. Keep your toes tucked under. And then walk your hands to the center and then over to the other side. And then press that hip out. Press the hands down into the floor. Get a good side body stretch. Inhale. And then exhale. And then bring your hands forward. And then one more time, send your hips back to your heels. Reach the arms forward, child's pose. Tap the forehead down. Press your fingers down. And now lift up and come onto your belly, all the way down to the mat. We'll do Simhasana several times in the class today. In fact, there are 10 of them. Simhasana is called also locust pose. So Simhasana in Sanskrit, locust pose in layman's terms. Reach your palms together, reach the knuckles away from you, lift the legs. There's your locust pose, Simhasana, and then lower. Press into your hands, tuck your toes, coming to child's pose. So we'll do this 10 times in the class between sets. And the sets are just a couple of poses or a few poses put together. A little repetition, a little bit of a sequence. Now come back into table position. Lower your belly down and look forward. And then round your spine up. Press your hands down. Do that again. Inhale. Lower your belly. And then exhale, round. Neutral spine. And then look over to one ankle. And then center. Now walk your hands over that same side and look at your ankle. And kind of press your hip out. And then center. Look over at the other ankle. Press the top of your feet down into the floor. Don't forget that. Now walk your hands over. And breathe. Press the hip out. And then center. Nicely done. Walk your hands forward. Come down to your belly. It won't always be this easy. We're all going to come from plank down to our belly. So reach the arms behind, clasp your fingers, reach the legs up, and palms away from you, palms together. Or you can, if you can't get your hands together comfortably, palms facing up, relax the shoulders, then palms facing down, place the hands on the floor, come to child's pose. When you come to child's pose, tap the forehead down to the ground. Acknowledgement of your practice. Now lift up into downward facing dog. Press your heels down towards the mat, right here, and lift up on the balls of your feet, stretch the bottom of your feet, and strengthen the calves. Drop your heels over to one side. Doesn't matter which side. Both heels dropped over, press the floor away. Inhale, lift your heels, drop the heels over the opposite direction. Press the edges of the feet down into the ground. Really press the hands down into the ground so you can extend through the side body. Now lift your heels, walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale and lengthen, exhale and fold, inhale and stand all the way up. Inhale and reach the arms up to the sky, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Nicely done. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold over. So hands through the center line of the body. Bring the hands to the shins, half lift. Step back with so you're in half lift. Place your fingertips on the floor. Step your right leg back. And inhale, reach your arms up in crescent pose. Reach up. And then exhale, bring the hands behind your back. Clasp your fingers, get your balance. And then you'll reach the knuckles towards the floor. Then bring the chest over, hinge forward over that forward leg. Reach the arms away for a moment, or for a breath, and then lift up. Exhale as you reach the chest towards the thigh. Do that again. We're going to do it one more time. 3 is a charm. Look forward. Exhale over that forward leg. Nicely done. Inhale and reach your chest up. Now unclasp your hands, relax the arms, bring your hands to your heart, hinge forward and twist. Whoop. Hinge forward and twist. Elbow to the top of the knee or the outside of the leg. Palms together, heel up in the back. Open up your arms for a moment. Inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands together. Look forward first. Hands to the mat. Press into the floor. Come into plank. Carefully. Here's your core strength. Pull your elbows in. Elbows bend to the rear. Lower all the way down to the mat. Simhasana. Palms up or palms together. Lift the arms, lift the legs, point your toes, and bring your feet close together. Exhale, lower. Hands on the mat. Push off the mat. Child's pose. Tap the forehead. Lift up. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. Look forward, step to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, and stand tall. All the way up, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And then fold all the way over. Fingertips to the ground. Look through the legs. Half lift, hands to the shins. Plant your hands on the ground. Step back left leg. Right there, heel up in the back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands behind the back. This is your hip flexor stretch. Reach the hands back. Clasp if you can. And then reach the knuckles or the arms straight. And then forward, hinge over that front leg. And then lift up. Do that again. Reach the arms away. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale as you bring the chest forward. Inhale, lift up. Unclasp your hands, shake it off. Bring your palms together. And then hinge forward, turn your elbow to that other leg, the right leg, and look to the side. What's over there? And then open up your arms. Inhale, bring your hands together. Inhale, reach up. There's your crescent pose. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back plank, and hold for 2 breaths. Inhale. Core strength. Exhale. One more breath. Lower down. Tops of the feet on the floor. Slide your hands. Simhasana. Exhale, lower. Hands to the mat. Push to child's pose. Separate your knees. Tap the forehead. That's the feel good part. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Look forward. Lift your heels. Walk your feet to the hands. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise. Inhale, reach up. Stretch overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. So listen, we're going to strengthen the bottom of the feet, strengthen the ankles for a moment. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over. Bring your fingers to the floor. Now, drop your head all the way and relax your shoulders. Reach for your elbows. You can have your feet a little bit wider, but not wider than your hips. Sway the arms a little side to side. Relax the shoulders. Relax the neck. Now release the elbows, fingertips to the floor. Lift your heels, so come up onto the balls of your feet right there. And then bend your knees and sit on your heels with your heels up right there. Ball of yarn right there. So stay right here so your chest is right on the thighs. Lift up the heels, pressing down your toes and the feet, the balls of the feet into the ground. Stay balanced right here with your fingertips on the ground. And now press into your fingertips. Lift up your hips, straight legs. Look through, keep your heels up. Set your heels down. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands and step back with your right leg. Bring your right knee down to the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Stretch overhead. Right there, relax your shoulders. Coming into lizard pose. So bring your right hand down to the floor. Turn your left toes out really at a good angle, like 45 degrees right there. And this knee is on the floor back there. Keep the knee down and watch the opposite, the right heel dropping out to the side. You don't want that to happen. Spread your fingers and then press this hand down and then press the hand into this knee over here. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. And then maybe you can really move this foot out even further and press this knee out. Maybe you can bend this knee back here and reach back and grab the foot. Get a good quad stretch right there and hold for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pressing into this hand. Inhale. Exhale. Do not ever try to do this if you're not warmed up. Inhale. And exhale. Now let that go. Tuck your toes. Press into the floor. Slide that foot in and come into half split pose. So press the heel down, point your toes up. Relax your shoulders, flatten your back. If you need to hold something right here because you can't lower the body down without rounding your back, then do that. Hold with blocks or weights or something. Press the heel down. This is called half split pose or Ardha Hanumanasana. Put your foot flat on the floor, hands on the mat, step forward. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. We have to do the other side. So fingertips on the ground. Stay folded over if you stood up. Fold over. Fingertips on the ground. Now lift your heels right there. Keep pressing down into the ground. You're on your high heels. Fingertips. Now bend your knees. Keep the heels up right there. Ball of yarn right here. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Your belly and your chest is right on the top of the thighs. Keep your heels up. Straighten your legs. Look through the legs. Now set your heels down. Step back with the left leg. Changing sides. Knee to the ground. Low lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Hands on the inside of your foot right here. And turn your toes out. About 45-degree angle. And that heel back there, make sure it points up. I've got my toes tucked under. You can also put the foot flat if that helps you. So shift your hip towards the floor, towards the ground, and then place your right hand on the inner thigh and press into that hand. And this foot's going to go on its side. You should be able to see the bottom of your foot. Did you wash your feet today or last night before bed, right? Look over your shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath. And so keep that, and then you're just going to bend this back knee and grab your foot, maybe, right? So bring your foot up, grab your foot, and then hold the foot, and you can bring your hand on the outside, pinky edge side of your foot to open up the thigh right there. Breathe. Breathe out. Press your foot into your hand. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Now let your foot go. Slowly bring the foot down to the floor. Hand on the floor. Heel toe your foot over to the center and do a half split pose. Press your heel down, point your toes up, lift your heart. In some way, get your body, your back straight and lift your heart, and then lower your chest maybe towards the thigh. Maybe you can put your palms flat. Inhale, and then exhale. Breathe in. And now put your foot flat, hands to the floor, and let's go through our Basana Vinyasa. Lower down. This is your core training. Lift up, palms together, or palms facing up. Lift the legs. A little bit better at it this time. Exhale, lower. Press into the floor. Child's pose. Tap your forehead. Acknowledgement of your practice. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. Inhale, moving on. Next sequence, right leg up. Bring the right knee underneath you. So right there. Then you're just going to turn. We're coming into gate pose. Lift up right here. So several poses in this set on the mat. So your arms are straight. Right here, and then reach up and over, arm over your ear, look up towards the ceiling, inhale, and then exhale, sweep the hands out side to side like a T, and then bring your hand to the floor and slide this foot up underneath you and sit with your foot on the inner thigh, and then walk your hands along the floor right here, and maybe you can reach all the way down towards your foot. And this knee just comes out to the side. You may have to scoot the foot in and make it a little more comfortable right there, but you're solidly seated with this knee to the side, this leg straight out. Knee to nose if possible. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you can bring your right hand or your hand on this side of the foot and just use that as leverage to pull yourself towards the leg. Inhale. And exhale, this stretching the lower back. Inhale, and then let it go. Nicely done. Stretch the flexors in the front of the hip. Watch. So you're going to put your hand back here, and you just press into the hand. Make it close, or bring it close to the hip, by the way. And then lift your hip, and that foot's solidly on the ground. Reach the arm up and over. There's your rock star with your leg propped up underneath you. Nicely done. Inhale. Exhale, look down at the mat. And sit on the floor again, and straddle stretch. So legs out. So wide straddle stretch. Walk your hands forward. We'll do this in a standing pose later. Put your forearms down. Look down at your mat. Inner thighs stretch. Pressure your calves down. Your toes pointing up. Taking a breath in. And breathe out. And reach forward more. Inhale. If you're shaking, Move out of the pose, so don't come so far into the pose. Now lift up, hands forward, turn your fingers down, scoop the hands down and press the heels of the hands into the ground right there. And press your fingertips down. Relax your shoulders. Tendency is to do this. Don't do that. Integrity in the spine. All right, now lift up your chest, grab behind the knees, and pick your knees up. Now rock the knees side to side in this really wide position. Now tip the knees over to the side towards the front of your mat. Place your hands on the floor. Lift up your body, downward facing dog. Here's your Simhasana. Vinyasa, lower. Top of the feet on the floor first. Sweep the hands down. Reach the hands together. Lift up, Simhasana. Exhale, lower. Hands on the mat. Child's pose with a tap of the forehead. Lift up, downward facing dog. Now we'll do the left side. So left leg up, sweep that left leg underneath you right here, and then turn the heel and the shin. Turn the body to the side, come up onto your fingertips, and then lift up. My arms are like a T, and then I'm going to reach my hand towards this thigh, towards this knee right here, and use that as leverage potentially to pull myself over just a bit more. Then inhale. Exhale, arms like a T, fingertips to the floor, and then the palm onto the floor, sweep the foot underneath you, and then bring this foot to the inner thigh. So now we're just on the other side, right? So foot to the inner thigh, this knee goes out, and then look down across the leg. Inhale, and then exhale, walk your hands forward, breathe in, breathe out. Move the foot around or reposition if you're uncomfortable. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe you can bring your nose to your knee, and maybe you can reach and grab the foot. Use that as leverage. One more breath. And then lift up. Nicely done. All right, so here's the kind of a half back bend. It's called rock star, but with the leg propped up underneath you. So it's a little easier than the traditional rock star position or pose. Put your hand behind your hip, close to the hip though, because you need to have some strength underneath the arm. So wrist underneath your shoulder, and then you're going to just kind of tip that right foot down, lift the hip, reach the arm up and over the ear right there. Hip flexors, contracting the back body, holding the body up, press into the toes, both feet. Nicely done. And then lower down. And now extend out the left leg. And here's your wide seated position. Fold. Wide angle fold. Put your forearms down if you can. Breathe in. Press your calves down. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Maybe you can sweep your arms forward more. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then walk your hands in. And again, turn your fingers down. Scoop the hands in and press the heels of the hands down. Fingertips down. Relax the shoulders. Keep pressing the calves down into the ground. And then lift up, grab behind the knees, place the feet on the floor wherever they land, hands behind, and just tip side to side. And go ahead and tip the knee all the way to the floor. Tip and tip. One more time. And then knees all the way over, hands on the floor, press into the ground. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg up. Lower that leg, left leg up. Walking your dog. Do it 4 more times, and then we'll do the Simhasana Vinyasa. 1 more. Shift forward plank, hold for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, heels over the balls of the feet, lower down as you exhale on that next breath. Put the top of the feet down, sweep the arms, clasp if you can, lift up, Simhasana, locust pose. Exhale, lower, push to child's pose, tap the forehead, and then downward facing dog. Warrior one, inhale, right leg up. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. Send your left heel down. Inhale, reach the arms up and stretch overhead. So warrior one, your knee is over your ankle, so bend like that, right? And press into this back foot. And then you want to take your hips and square the hips to the front of your room or towards the front of your mat, right there. Inhale and reach up. Then exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Just like we did before with crescent pose, I'm going to have you bow 3 times. So palms together, reach the knuckles, bow over that forward leg. Knee over the ankle if you can, and then lift up. A little more stability when you get the knee over the ankle. Bow over again, reach the arms away from the back. Inhale, lift. One more time, exhale. And then unclasp your hands, reach your arms up, bring your hands to your heart, lift the back heel. We're going to go into a balancing pose on this forward leg. We'll take it very, very slowly. If you already know what you're doing, come into revolved half moon. So you can use a block right here or hand on the floor. So you put your block right there, lift up the leg. There's your first part of the pose. If you got that, awesome. Maybe you stay there. Then the second part is to reach the right arm up and turn. So now your toes are pointing to the floor, right leg is straight, hips are straight. It's a difficult pose. It's hard to breathe when you're twisted, but just control the breathing. That's what you're managing. Inhale, exhale, one more breath, and then set your foot on the floor. Nicely done. You can move your block. Hands on the mat, step back plank, 4 breaths. Inhale, exhale, heels over the balls of the foot. I'm wiggling a little bit to make sure that's the case. Inhale, exhale, one more breath. Now on the next breath, shift forward, lower down. Simhasana, here's the core work. Becomes a little more challenging at this point. It's okay, lower down, you still are in feel good mode. Tap your forehead. Child's pose. Lift up, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot forward. Put your right heel on the floor, so that back foot, and then lift up your body. And you'll notice if you've got a little bit of inflexibility in your ankles in this pose, but just try. If you need to shorten your stance, shorten your stance. Otherwise, stay right here. Hands behind, clasp your fingers, look forward, and then bow over that forward leg. So strengthening that forward glute and leg, lift up. Do it again, and you'll reach the arms away from the back as you lower your chest over the forward leg, and then lift up. Do it again. And then lift up. Nicely done. Lift up your right heel. Unclasp your hands. Revolved half moon. I'm going to take it very slowly. Move the block over. Our book, hand on the block. Lift up the leg, the right leg. There's your balance. This leg is straight. Try not to lock or hyperextend. Move your block forward if you need to. So it would be the length of your torso from your leg to your hand position. And then reach the left arm up. Flex your foot. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe. Inhale. Nicely done. Exhale. One more breath. And then exhale, look down, set your foot on the floor. Move the block out of the way. Hands on the mat. Leg goes back, plank. 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, heels over the balls of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, breathe in, breathe out. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Now shift forward, lower down with control. Simhasana. Lift the body. Look up, look forward, then lower. Hands on the mat. Comfy child's pose. Knees apart, tap your forehead. Acknowledgement. Lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Warrior 2 pose. Step your right foot forward. Put your left heel down. All the way up and over the rainbow. So bring the left hand back, right hand forward. Your knee in the front, over your ankle. Got that? This back foot is almost parallel to the blade edge or to the back side of my mat. I do have it slightly turned. It should be comfortable back here. Press that foot down, right? And then straighten your side bodies. If you have a mirror to practice in front of, look at your alignment right here. So inner thigh stretch. You guys can hold this for longer. I know. I'm feeling my leg in the front too. It's okay. Reverse warrior. Dancing warrior. We'll do this 3 times and we'll finish with triangle pose. Side angle. So side angle, put your form right here. Opposite arm over the ear and look to the side. Don't drop the head. You're right here. And then reverse. And this one, you can make it harder by sweeping around and grabbing the forward thigh right there. So my fingers peek out. And then side angle, maybe you reach down. Straight sides, tap the fingertips maybe. Press into your foot. Keep your hips where they are. Reverse. Sneak those fingers over there. And then side angle. Reach up and over. Nicely done. And now reach to warrior 2, right here. Reach back, straighten the forward leg. Try not to hyperextend. So engage the quadricep. Reach the right arm forward. Reach the right arm forward. Do it again. Reach. And when I do that, I'm kind of pointing this hip point towards the ground. You don't want to be open like this. You want to be right here. So you've got a straight lower back, straight forward leg. And then you're just going to sweep to right here, fingertips to the floor, pulling your abs right there. Or maybe you've got your hand at your shin right there. Draw the shoulder back. Reach the left arm up. Bend your forward knee. Here's your warrior 2 pose again. Bring your hands down to the ground like you're going into our windmill the arms. I was trying to think of a cartwheel. That was the word. So cartwheeling the hands to the floor. Plank. Here's your vinyasa. Hold on. 6 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Heels over the balls of the foot. Abs in. Press the floor away. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nicely done. One more breath. Nope. We got 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. See, I'm as anxious as you are. 1 more breath. Exhale. Now lower. Nicely done. Simhasana. Lift. Exhale, lower. Hands to the mat. Comfy child's pose. Tap the forehead. Acknowledgement. Tuck your toes, downward dog. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. And here's your warrior 2. Spin it all the way over. Warrior poses are great for inner thigh, flexors, hips, all of these muscles in here that can get super tight. So knee over the ankle in the front. Arms are 1 forward, 1 back. Check them out. All right, and then you're going to just keep your hips where they are. Reach this hand behind your thigh. And then sweep over. Side angle, you can start right here, palm facing up. Reach the arm over the ear. Notice the lines, straight sides, head straight, look forward or look out. And then reverse. Just try to sneak those fingertips in front of the thigh over there. Nice. And then side angle, you can start here or right here. Draw the hip up underneath you. It's important. Don't let that hip jet out the back side, right? And then a reverse. Fingertips sneak around. And then side angle here or here. Keep the hip up underneath you. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Here's your triangle pose. Straighten the forward leg. All right, here's the deal, guys. You want to keep that leg straight, engage the quadricep, then reach forward, reach forward, reach forward as far as you can, and then tilt the arms and the shoulders, but your body stays straight right there. So if my arm is up, it's okay. Here a little harder. Draw the shoulder back. Keep pressing into your feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach. Warrior two. Here's the word. Cartwheel the hands to the floor. Press into the floor. Plank. 7 breaths. We're going to make our way to 10. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Spread your fingers. Inhale. You can do it. Exhale. Strong body. You can set your knees down if you need to. Otherwise up here. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Or something like that. 1 more. Shift. Lower. Simhasana. Reach. And lower. Don't skate through that. No drive-bys. Child's pose. Tap the forehead. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step forward, right leg all the way. Left leg forward, all the way. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Drop the head all the way. Inhale, reach all the way up. Stretch overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And coming to a standing balancing pose, let's do Lord of the Dance. So you can use a strap or just your fingers, so your 2 yogi fingers, the peace sign fingers. So with a strap, we'll do it both ways. We'll do it both sides, both ways. And then we'll do number 8 of Salambasa Vinyasa. Bring it up. So I have my hand on the inside of my knee right here. And just get your balance. So you'll wiggle around a little bit. Press your foot down, hand at your hip. Lift the knee towards your shoulder. And then extend that leg out straight as you can. Try not to hold too hard. So you may have to reach down further with a straight arm right there. Arm to the side. Toes point up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now you're going to let the strap slide. Sweep the leg behind you. And then circle it around to the back. Fancy, right? Yep. Did you get it? All right. Press into your hand or the foot into the strap. And then you're going to just lean forward. Reach the left arm there. You're serving something to someone right there. Gaze forward. Get it together. Press your foot into the strap. Put your toes up. Right there. And then bring it in and set it down. How'd that go? All right. Remember that. Other side. So we're starting with balancing challenge. So the strap is at the ball of your foot. You don't want to have it at the arch. Lift your knee. Pull that knee towards the shoulder. Right there. Reach the arm to the side. Gaze forward on something that's not moving, preferably. Reach the leg. Point your toes up. Relax your shoulders. Beautiful. Try not to hold too hard or too strong. Use your leg to hold it to with strength to hold the leg up. Now lower, slowly slide the strap, and you can start to bend your knee and circle that around. I call that fancy. Reach the arm, the right arm. And now tip the chest forward, straighten the right leg, move the left leg away from you, and point your toes up. Don't overthink it like I am. Point your toes up, look forward, inhale, and then bring it in and set your foot down. How'd you do? All right, set that down. I want you to at least try it without the strap. And then we'll be done. After we sit down, we've got to do 90-90 and then fire logs on the ground. Bridge pose, and then you're done. All right, so quickly, not quickly, but effectively, bring the knee up. Then reach down, grab, so knee up here. Grab your foot, pull the heel to your glute, right there. The other way you can do it is to keep the foot behind, bend your knee, grab your foot. I find that that's a little bit not as smooth of a transition, but if that works for you, do that. Reach the arm, and then lean in. Same thing as we did with the strap. Press the foot into the hand. Breathe. Reach the arm, lift the heart. Quad stretch. Super, super good for skiers. Bring the knee in, knees side by side. Let your foot go and set your foot down. Excellent work. Okay, opposite side. So I like to do it like this, or I find that I have to work super hard to do that. So whichever works. Arm forward. There's your balance. Serve something, palm up. Reach the toes towards the ceiling. Straighten that right leg. Press the foot into the hand. Inhale. Lift the heart. Breathe. And then bring it in. Knees side by side. Come to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Simhasana vinyasa. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Hands to the mat. Step back, plank. 8 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Squeeze the thighs. Breathe out. Inhale. Breathe out. Let's just vary it. Come down to your forearms for the next part. 4 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more breaths. And then lower your belly all the way. Simhasana. Exhale, lower. Press into the floor. Tuck your toes. Easygoing child's pose. Tap the forehead. Acknowledgement to the earth. Lift up the hips. Downward facing dog. Step to the center. Malasana. So turn your toes out. Bend your knees the same direction as your toes. Gaze forward. Relax the shoulders. Palms together. Thumbs to the heart. Inhale, press into your feet. Nicely done. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more breath. And then exhale. Hands to the floor. Forward fold. Look forward, lengthen. Step back, plank. Hold. 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Squeeze the thighs. Exhale. Breathe in. Squeeze the thighs. Inhale. Walk it down to your forearms. 5 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more breaths. You can do it. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Lower your belly. Hips to the ground. Simhasana. Don't just skirt through this. Lower down, child's pose. Tap your forehead, and then lift up. Step to the center of the mat. Lower down all the way. And then grab one of your blocks. Place the block between your knees or between your thighs on the thinner side. Bring your feet close to your glutes. And I want you to engage your core muscles below the navel. Your chin should be neutral, so pull your chin in. Palms flat on the floor. Now lift up the hips off the ground, hips towards the ceiling. Your feet should be comfortable. They shouldn't be splayed out. They should be underneath your knees. So you're squeezing that block. I just want you to feel what is engaged when you're lifting up into glute bridge. Now lower down. Move the block to the floor. Hands on the floor. So that was just there as a tool to notice what you engage when you lift up in glute bridge pose. Press your feet down. So inner thighs engaged. Lift up. So press. If you press into the big toe side of your feet, keep your knees pointing up and palms together. Maybe you walk your arms underneath you and then press the hands down. Inhale. The fingers, the pinkies into the ground right there. And then keep wiggling to get a good shelf underneath the shoulders or right at the shoulder blades. Breathe in. Great stretch for the front body. And then contracting and strengthening the back body. Both super important for skiing. Now relax the hands apart and separate. Cross your ankles and roll up. And we have our last Salambasa Vinyasa. Hands on the ground. Step back to plank. So what we're going to do this time is, instead of counting breaths, you're going to tap your shoulders 10 times. So separate your feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, square the hips, 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Salambasana. Lower. Child's pose. With acknowledgement, tap. And then lift up and come to a seated position for the final two poses, 90-90. So right here. So shin 90 degrees, shin 90 degrees. I'm actually going to turn like this so that I can turn to the other side. So 90 degrees, now look forward. And I want you to just hold this posture right here without movement for 3, 2, press the knee and the ankle down, both sides. Now lean forward. Put your forearms in front of your shin and hold this for 3, 2, and then 1, and then lift up. And now we're going to pivot to the other side. And you can use your hands behind your hips, pivot over to the other side. Press your knee down, ankle down, knee, ankle, hold it, 3, 2, and then 1, and then forearms down in front of the shin, hold it for 3, 2, and then 1, and then lift up. Bring the hands behind and tip the knees over to this side and do a lean over. So assisted, 90-90, and then lean. Assisted, 90-90, and then lean. Now, unassisted, hands here, 90-90, don't lean, just look that way. So we'll keep it a little less difficult for this class, but great for the hips. Tip the knees over. And what will happen as you do this posture with tipping the knees, you'll kind of slide inch forward. So just be aware of that. Tip the knees over. Try not to inch forward. If you pay attention, it can work better. It's still hard. Do it again, one on each side. One more time. Nicely done. Excellent work. All right, so now legs, fire logs right here. Now we're all warmed up in our hips and our knees. This should feel pretty good, does it? So knee over ankle here. And that is just my hip capsule that my femur sits inside of that keeps that knee up higher. It's okay. I can't force that, right? There is a range because there's a bony structure there that's keeping my leg from going down. Everybody's different. Hands in front of the shin and walk it forward and hold. Breathe, inhale, 3 breaths. Exhale, look up here, inhale. Look down at the floor, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. Walk it in, and then lean back, and tip the knees a couple of times, and then change sides. So opposite, under. And if this does not work for you, you can put one shin in front of the other, like that, right? So that's your fire logs, which is completely fine, but try. Get your ankle up here, and notice the difference, right, in the sides. Flex your feet, inhale. In fact, do this, press into your feet like this. Breathe in, breathe out. Our breath work earlier. Walk your hands in front of the shins, both arms in front. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more breaths. Step away from that feeling of I've got to get out of this pose. Take a breath in. Focus on your breath instead. 1 more breath. Walk your hands in, and you are done. Feet on the floor, tip your knees side to side, and cross your legs. And let's close class together. Palms together. Bring the edge of the thumbs to the brow in gratitude. Bring the edge of the thumbs to the heart in thanks. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for showing up. I hope you enjoyed this practice as much as I did. I'll see you again next time. Let me know if you have any questions or if you need any help. See you again next time.